Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, children of every shade, listen closely. What does not have to bleed to be real? Some wounds strike deeper than the skin. They cut into dignity. They scar the soul. And when a father stands up in a meeting, looks into the eyes of authority, and says that comment is a deep wound, he speaks not only for himself, he speaks for generations. Racism is not just an insult. It is an attempt to deny humanity. But every time a parent rises, every time a voice refuses silence, the chains lose power. We are not gathered here to rehearse pain. We are here to transform it. We are here to teach our children that silence in the face of injustice is consent. We are here to say, not anymore, not my child, not my family, not my community. That father's courage is a mirror, shows us who we must be unafraid, unbroken, unwilling to let ignorance dictate the future. He turned humiliation into testimony, turned insult into fire, and that fire can light the path for us all. To those who wound with words, hear this: you will not have the last word. The last word belongs to justice. The last word belongs to love. The last word belongs to the children who will rise higher than your prejudice. A deep wound, yes, but wounds can heal. And when they do, they heal stronger. Stronger skin, stronger spirit, stronger people. Let us rise together, carrying not the weight of hate, but the power of resilience. Let us teach every child that their worth is not negotiable. And let us remember, the true measure of a community is not in the wounds it receives, but in how it chooses to heal. Acknowledge the wound. Racism is not just an insult thrown in the air. It is a strike that cuts deeper than the skin. It lingers in the heart. It echoes in the mind. It shapes how a child sees themselves. It silences confidence. It weakens hope. These wounds are invisible to the eye, but they are heavy to carry in the soul. They do not bleed, yet they ache. They do not bruise, yet they scar. Every cruel word leaves a mark, and every mark reminds someone they were seen as less. A father's voice does not rise alone. When he speaks, the echoes of generations rise with him. He carries the strength of his ancestors in every word. His protest is not just his own. It is the cry of families long silenced. It is the answer to past injustices. Each sentence he speaks carries memory. Each pause carries history. Every syllable reminds us of struggles fought before. His voice is a bridge between yesterday and today. It demands that tomorrow be different. When he speaks, the weight of generations cannot be ignored. Racism is more than careless words. It is a direct attack on dignity. It seeks to strip a person of their worth. It tells them they do not belong, denies their humanity. It reduces them to something less than whole. Every hateful word chips away at respect. Every act of prejudice steals a piece of identity. It is an attempt to silence pride. It is an effort to crush spirit. Racism does not just offend, it dehumanizes. It aims to make someone feel smaller than they are. It is a wound to the soul. The power of speaking up is undeniable. Refusing silence is the first step toward change. Every word of truth shatters the chains of ignorance. Silence allows prejudice to grow, but a voice raised with courage interrupts the cycle. It demands attention. It challenges lies. It shines a light where darkness hides. Speaking up gives strength to the weak, gives hope to the fearful. It tells the world that injustice will not be accepted. It breaks patterns passed down for too long. One voice can spark a movement. One truth can awaken a generation. Turning pain into strength is an act of power. Humiliation does not have to end in silence. It can be reshaped into testimony. It can become a story of survival. When shame is spoken aloud, it loses its grip. When wounds are named, they begin to heal. A single testimony can spark courage in others. It reminds the community they are not alone. It transforms weakness into resilience. It turns sorrow into fuel. Pain becomes the foundation for unity, and strength rises where once there was only hurt. The community grows stronger through every shared truth. Every fight against racism begins with the children. They are the reason we stand up. They are the reason we speak out. The future rests in their hands. What they see today will shape who they become tomorrow. Every act of justice plants a seed of hope. Every word of truth builds their strength. Children watch how we respond to hate. They learn whether silence or courage will guide them. Protecting them means fighting for fairness now. Teaching them means showing dignity in action. Every battle we take on is not for ourselves. It is for the next generation. Ignorance may speak loudly, but it will not win. Prejudice may rise, but it will not last. The last word belongs to justice. The last word belongs to truth. Every hateful act is temporary. Every unjust system can be broken. What endures is fairness. What survives is love. Ignorance feeds on fear, but courage starves it. Prejudice thrives in silence, but voices of truth destroy it. History proves again and again that justice prevails. It may take time, but it comes. And when it does, ignorance will fall silent. Healing brings more than relief, brings strength. Wounds may hurt, but they can also teach. They remind us of what we have survived. They show us we are still standing. Every scar carries a story of resilience. Every healed pain becomes a source of power. When a community heals together, it grows closer. Shared struggles create unshakable bonds. Unity is born out of recovery. What once divided can become what connects. Healing is not weakness. It is proof of endurance. It is the transformation of suffering into strength. Courage is more than a single act. It is a signal to others. When that father stood tall, he drew a map for us all. His bravery became a guide. Strength became a lesson. Every word he spoke showed what resistance looks like. Every step he took showed what dignity feels like. Courage spreads like fire when it is seen. It awakens the silent, inspires the hesitant. One act of courage can ripple through generations. It proves that fear does not have the final say. That father's courage is a blueprint for others to follow. A call to rise is a call to action. Communities cannot stay silent in the face of hate. They must rise together. They must rise with love, even when met with cruelty. They must rise with strength, even when tested by hardship. They must rise with dignity, even when disrespected. Love disarms hatred. Strength overcomes fear. Dignity silences ignorance. When people stand together, division weakens. When voices unite, prejudice falls. Rising above hate is not easy, but it is necessary. It is the only path to true justice. It is the only way forward. So let us rise, and let us not look back. Let us heal the wounds, honor the courage, and carry the voices of generations with us. Let us protect our children, fight for justice, and refuse to let ignorance define our future. Because the measure of who we are is not found in the hate we endure, but in the love we choose to live by. And when history looks back, may it say this was the moment we rose, stronger, united, and unafraid.